Scientific Notation and Linear Equations, Lessons 5 through 7 review. This is a review for the upcoming test. It's very important that you write everything down. Again, I want to draw attention to what this says right here. To get full credit, you must write everything that is written in the videos. If it's typed, if it's written, if it's on here, please write it down to get the full credit. All right? I don't do that to punish you. I do that to help you so you have everything you need in order to study for this test. Okay. So, questions 1 through 4 are dealing with scientific notation. 1 and 2, we're going to go from scientific notation to standard notation. And for 3 and 4, we're going to go from standard notation to scientific notation. Negative exponents means I'm going to move my decimal to the left. So I would have 1.76. And the decimal is going to move 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. So you would fill this in with zeros, 1, 2, 3. And remember the decimal is going to be there now. So your final answer will be 0.123 zeros and then 176. Now, if you remember, I taught you that if it's a negative exponent, just subtract 1, and that's how many zeros you need between the decimal and the first non-zero number. So you technically do not have to show this work here. As long as you don't understand what you're doing, you technically do not have to show that work. Okay. Real quick though, you do need to show it for the videos, or for the review. On the test, you wouldn't have to show it. Number 2, we have a positive exponent. That means the decimal is going to move to the right. Now, technically, yes, the decimal doesn't move. The number moves around the decimal, but it is easier to say to move it to the right. So we've got negative 8.457, and it's going to move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've got negative 845,700. Now, if you remember, the shortcut I showed you for this was, this is a 5. There are 3 numbers here. So 5 minus 3 is 2. Which means we would need 2 zeros. And that's what we have here at the end. You do not need to write that down. All right. Number 3 and 4, and technically 5 through 8 is still scientific notation too. So before we go on, I want to remind you, and please write this down. For scientific notation, there is only one number in front of the decimal. For scientific notation, there's only one number in front of the decimal. Pause your video and get that written down. Okay. So for number 3, my first non-zero number is this 3 out front, so the decimal will go after that 3. I'm going to have 3.766. I write from my first non-zero number to the last non-zero number. And then times 10. Well, to know what my exponent should be, I go from where the decimal was, and the decimal was here. So from where the decimal was to where you're placing it. How many numbers are in between here? There are 6 numbers. So my exponent will be a 6, because it had to move 6 times. Number 4. 2 is the first non-zero number, so the decimal will go after the 2. So we will have 2.56 times 10 to the, well, the decimal was here, we're moving it to there. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 numbers there. But because it starts with a 0, it's going to be a negative exponent. Starts with a 0, we'll have a negative exponent. So I would like you to write that down. Starts with 0. Negative exponent. Right, so that is it for 1 through 4. If you have any questions, please let me know.